What is up, party people? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we are going to be going over the best Titan subclass for taking down a bubble. And I'm gonna be honest, you might actually be surprised because I know damn well we was. Without further ado, let's just get straight into this. I'm going to make this a little quicker, I think, than the other ones. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first off, we have Top Tree Striker. Now, Top Tree Striker is quite interesting because it has aftershocks and it has some other little buffs and stuff that we're talking about. But if you just go in and slam, it ain't gonna do nothing. Period. You're not killing them. Now, if you were to go in and slam 2 times or slam once or twice or so, you'll have the aftershocks that actually will eventually kill the Titan inside. However, this is not the most efficient way to do it. What you will want to do is get a little bit of height because the smash do more damage the higher in the air. As you can see, one shot. But you don't even need to go that high. You could just do a single bunny hop and you'll get enough height to do exactly that. As you can see here, I literally just dumped just a teeny little bit and smashed, and he just died. Now, what an actual interaction might look like would be something along the lines of the bubble titan killing the striker before he gets into the bubble because, well, he will die. In the event that that doesn't happen, however, the striker titan kind of just wins, to be honest. If he just gets a little bit of airtime, he just kind of wins. In the event that you miss the bubble, however, it won't break. So instead, you'll have to kind of mess around a little bit, you know, do a little bit of shoulder dodging and stuff like that. But I mean, honestly, Striker kind of just wins. Really good fucking super, let me tell you. Pretty good. Now, this super, we all know. I shouldn't have to explain it, but I will say this. Missile can literally break the bubble just by flying around it. And then you have enough super to even kill the person inside or people inside. Missile is just really good. It kills everything. I shouldn't need to explain this. I'm not going to explain it. You know, I know, we all know. That's all I gotta say about Missile. Moving on. Now let's talk about Bottom Tree Hammers, also known as Sunspot Titan. Now you can actually break the entire bubble with your super. Provided you're standing in the sunspot, you can break the entire bubble and kill the Titan inside. There's some caveats to this though, but this is still one of the best supers, let that be known. If you don't break the bubble, if you're not using it to break the bubble, this super is actually pretty shit. If you're not standing in your sunspot when you pop, you can actually still break the bubble, but you won't have any hammers left over. But you'll break it still, as you can see here. This is the problem. It's really good at breaking the bubble and killing the Titan. But if you go inside, it ain't so good anymore. You can actually pop hammers inside if you somehow manage to do that, and it can kill the Titan in there. You can also pop your super and, you know, run in and try to hammer him. However, the hammers don't really do that much damage, and they will live. Unless you throw 2 hammers, in which case they won't live. That aside, if you find yourself again inside the bubble and you pop super, they also might still live, so it's inconsistent. But V, I thought it's one of the best, that's why it's here. I mean, it is. The problem is if you go inside the bubble, or you try to do anything that besides throw your hammers at the bubble, then it's pretty shit. Like, it's just bad. It's just bad. Here's what some 1v1s might look like. You know, you're trying to get in the bubble, you're trying to do stuff, using the sunspots as like blockage, but like he can just stay outside the bubble and wait for you. So that's out the question. And this is why using hammers to even try to get in the bubble is just, you shouldn't do that. That's not the move. You shouldn't do that. Which is why we come to the conclusion of use super to break bubble, which will also kill Titan. Easy solution. It will work 100% of the time. You don't have to worry about dying or anything like that. That is why this is among the best, in my opinion, for breaking the bubble, because you can just throw them from far. You don't got what? You don't got to get close. You just win. You just win. Easy. Just don't go in the bubble. Now we talk about middle tree hammers, and this one surprised me the most. If you spam the heavy attack, you can break the bubble with literally only half your super. I got suppressed here. I still had half my super left, and the NATOs was enough to still break the bubble, as you can see. On top of that, the light attack. You can literally just spin around the bubble and break it. And then kill the Titan. It's amazing. It's so fun. This super is so fun and it just wins. You try to go inside the bubble, 2 light attacks, he's dead. He's literally just dead with 2 swings. Just dead. You go in the bubble. You want to do a heavy attack? 1 heavy attack. He's dead. He just dies. It's great. It's fantabulous. If they want to try to like do something against you, just spam the heavy. And I want to point out here, don't spam the heavy here. Just spam it up to like the halfway point, and then just wait, because it'll break the bubble, and you can save a little bit of your super like that. But either way, they put a shield up. What you gonna do? Oh, I know. I'll just light attack around. He also do a suppressor, but I know how to wipe out a suppressor because I'm not going in the bubble. You're gonna notice a trend here. Going in the bubble equal bad normally. Here's another one. Going inside, a heavy attack, and what happens? I missed, he's lived, I'm trying to get the kill, I can't get the kill, I die. Sure, I could have light attacked, but, you know. Going inside, I got suppressed. He also got out. You noticing a trend here, going inside the bubble normally equals you're probably going to die. Now, next we're going to talk about bubble. Bubble is interesting. You have about 450 armor while you're in there, judging by 4 melees basically breaking it. But you have about 450 armor. Essentially, when it comes down to a bubble fight, even, you kind of want to use your barricade to kind of win. As you can see here, if you use a barricade, you get touched by barricade, you basically get melted. You get deleted. So then when you get into a melee fight or whatever kind of fight you're getting into, it typically will end in you winning, provided you baited the other person to hit the shield. Here's what a bubble fight might look like. Obviously, there'll be shotguns involved, but this is kind of what you'll kind of get into. Like, into a bubble fight, you want someone to hit the shield. Once someone hits the shield, that's kind of a GG. In this case, neither one of us did, but you kind of get the point here. Like, someone hits the shield, that's game. You just want to make sure you use the barricade and bait the other person into the barricade. But that's all I really got to say about bubble. This is more like a chance kind of thing. Like, it kind of depends on the people that's playing. So, yeah. Stasis Titan, aka Behemoth. What can it do? Can it even win? Well, if you remember my video from about a year ago, I made a video talking about all the like subclasses versus the Stasis subclasses, and this is one of the interactions. First off, if you remember, Stasis Titan cannot destroy the bubble. It's impossible. It can't win against the bubble itself. You can, however, kill the Titan inside. How can you do that? Let's go over it. First things first, you can easily, well, not really easily, but you can kind of easily get inside, slam, freeze the Titan, slide into it, melee it, whatever, you'll get the kill. You can also melee the Titan out the bubble, and then obviously you can go and follow up and get the kill like that. That's a thing, that is an option. The issue with the melee, though, is that they can also just melee you before you hit them and stay in place, which then will allow them to kind of kill you. That aside, an issue with going inside the bubble to try to like slam is that you can get suppressed. Honestly, that's about it really. You can get suppressed. That's kind of the only issue about going inside the bubble to slam, is that you can get suppressed. Using the rule of thumb from earlier, going in the bubble is normally bad. Stasis Titan, though, has enough resistance to kind of live a shotgun shot, so it's not that bad, but the issue is still you can get suppressed, and if that happens, you're dead. Which is why it's not high up on the list of like the best supers for this, but here's a little funny melee interaction here. But all things considered, Stasis Titan is pretty good. It's not that bad against anything. The only issue is that it kind of comes down to like bubble, player versus player thing. How's the other player? How do you fare? Do you know the interactions? Do they know the interactions? It kind of comes down to that kind of thing. So take it how you will. I don't think it's that bad. Moving on. We're going to spark note this one. Bottom tree striker is horrible. It doesn't have the bonus damage from top tree, so it can't destroy the bubble. In order to kill the Titan inside, you need to hit him 3 times. Be it 2 light, 1 heavy, 3 slams, 3 light attacks. Doesn't matter. Either way, 3 hits will kill the Titan inside. So, you know, good luck hitting them 3 times. It's not impossible to do, to be fair. It's not the worst thing. The issue is you got to go in the bubble, and you'll just get shotgun meleeed. That said, you can outplay the Titan because you do have movement. You can do some stuff, but honestly, just don't use this super. I can't recommend it in good faith. But if you gotta do what you gotta do, just outplay your opponent with movement, and you can eventually probably kill them. or they'll just make you look stupid like I did here, and then you just kind of die. Now, top 3 hammers is actually pretty dog shit compared to the rest of them. You can't break the bubble. However, you can kill the Titan inside with only one hammer throw, but that requires a good degree of RNG to be on your favor. As you can see here, all the hammers kind of condense together, which is what caused him to die here. That doesn't happen normally. Normally, it takes 2 hammer throws. As you see here, of us trying to mimic it again, you can't. It takes 2 hammers. So, what do? You can also aim it above the bubble when you get inside to do a fuck ton of damage. The issue is that's kind of awkward to do. Like, pop it, you gotta aim up. Like, this is kind of awkward. But you can do that to do a lot of damage to the Titan. As you see here, it even broke his shield and his overshield even. It's not bad. Here's the kicker though. Unfortunately, it is still a super that requires you to go inside the bubble, which means you can get shotgun meleeed. It means you can get suppressed. These are all the dangers of doing so. I'm not saying it's impossible to win. That's not what I'm saying at all. Just that it will require a lot for you to win. And the fact that you can just get shotgun melee, the fact that you can easily get defeated is why I don't recommend using this super. Here we got suppressed. And we die. Go figure. Moving on to Sentinel. This one's also kind of disappointing. So first off, like literally just, it's bad. Shield throw. This is Mayhem, by the way. Prior Matt has Mayhem with 3-second cooldowns or whatever. So like we get everything back super fast. In normal Mayhem, you won't get stuff back this fast. So keep that in mind. But it takes every single shield throw in this mode with these settings to break the shield. Meaning you can't break the shield normally. How many shield throws does it take to kill the Titan inside the bubble though? Well, it takes technically 3, or was it 4? I think it's 3. No, it takes 4. But because of the bubble being inside of a condensed location, it is a chance that the shields will ricochet and hit them again. When it comes down to light attacks, you need 3 light attacks, maybe 4, depends if the game likes you or not. As for heavy attacks, you need 2, which you're not getting 2 off. Let's be honest, you're not getting 2 off. But you need 2. Last but not least, we have the defensive option of just blocking the Titan, which, I mean, eventually you'll kill him. Eventually. Now, there used to be a thing where if you had volatile, so in this case you have controlled demolition and on, you was able to just block the bubble and it would just blow the bubble up. Like you'll just it just boom, lots of booms. But it seems they fixed that in Witch Queen. It's no longer a thing, so that's out the question. If you do it against the Titan, kind of the same thing, it doesn't really work. As you see here, it doesn't really work. He does go boom a couple, like one time, but he doesn't die. So it's not the same. So interaction wise, how does it work? Well, you don't want to go inside the bubble. You don't want to like go inside the bubble attacking rather, or you will die. The better option here is to block inside. The issue with that is that they have a suppressor. If you manage to bait the suppressor, you actually win this engagement. The reason why it's so far down on my list though is because you need to block, and if they shoot it, or if the other guys is shooting it, or if they get the suppressor off, you kind of just die, and that's kind of like the only real way you're winning it. So yeah. Now that's the end of the video. Let me say I am very surprised that Middle Tree Hammers, Siegebreaker, NATO. Like I'm honestly very surprised that this tree did as good as it did. I mean, don't get me wrong. No one really uses this tree, right? Like, it's not the most used tree in the world. But, honestly, it was pretty good. I imagine that when, like, Solar 3.0 comes out, assuming nothing changes with how the super's durability are and how much damage they do and stuff, this super would be really, really, really good for just taking down a bubble, specifically. I was also, like, Striker, we kind of already knew what Striker was going to do, right? I was a little surprised that Stasis was okay at taking down a bub. And yeah, I mean, honestly, almost all the Titans classes are basically pretty good at it. So that wasn't too surprising to find out. But it was just really surprising to see that Middle Tree Hammers was actually pretty good. Pretty reliable too. But yeah, without further ado, I bid you all adieu. Thanks for watching. And as always, take care and peace. Bye-bye.